made a video in a while is because I was sick. And not only that, I also threw out my back. I was sick, and I threw out my back because of Muay Thai. And when I do Muay Thai, it gets really intense. I sweat like crazy, so that's what contributed to the cold. And it's very physically rigorous. So I managed to catch a cold as well as a thrown out back. So every time I coughed, it hurt. So I was bedridden for a long time. I didn't go to the gym for like a week and a half. And that leads me to what I want to talk about today. And that's momentum. And there are times when your momentum can be killed. You're gonna stumble across a roadblock, and you're not gonna see it coming, because roadblocks most of the time you don't see coming. And well, how do you pick yourself up after slowing down or even stopping for such a long time? And I know back when I was a little less dedicated and a little less convicted, a little less disciplined, I would be like, okay, now I want to make a change in my life. I want to do better. I want to, improve. And I would start working out or something like that. I would focus more on in school, and I would eventually hit a roadblock. I would get this momentum going. I would get the ball rolling a bit, and then I would eventually run into a roadblock. Maybe I got sick. Maybe something came up where I couldn't, fulfill my daily schedule that I set for myself, and I would hit those roadblocks, and I'd be like, well, what's the point? Give up. I'd walk away from it, and I'd just be like, whatever, let's just go back to the way I used to live. And it was certainly not productive. If any kind of roadblock can make you stumble, even if it's like a week long or a week and a half long, or even a month long, then you weren't really dedicated. I think that you weren't really dedicated to improving at all. You wanted to improve on a whim instead of genuinely being like, okay, this is unacceptable. I can't stay the way that I am. This is unacceptable. So maybe that's something you're struggling with. I mean, that's something I had to struggle with. This week and a half roadblock of not doing any physical activity. I had to struggle with that. And it definitely made me a lot more, I guess the word is, I don't know. It didn't really make me complacent, but it made it so much more difficult, because it's really hard to get momentum going again. It's always hard to start off, but while you're doing it, it gets a lot easier and easier. And how do you restart when you stopped, especially for a long period of time? Well, I'm going to share three ways that I used, three different techniques that I used to get the ball rolling again, and make sure that even though I lost momentum, I would dedicate myself to picking it back up no matter how difficult it was. So first, I'm going to go to the gym. It is cardio day because I'm so sore. I'm so sore from Muay Thai on Monday. And it's a Wednesday, too. I'm more sore than I was yesterday, and Muay Thai was on Monday. So I'm probably going to be doing cardio, just cardio today, just to work on my conditioning, because Muay Thai and fighting in general requires a lot of conditioning. So it's just going to be me doing cardio. But I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. What's up, everybody? I did 30 minutes of Stairmaster. I'm so tired. Now I'm going to do a little bit of grocery shopping. But I wanted to get to my first point. I'm going to drive a little slow. I want to get to my first point. When it comes to roadblocks, well, you want to start with the mind. Start with your mindset. Very first thing you should do once you get a roadblock, you got to prepare yourself. Prepare your mind, prepare your body. Well, when you prepare your mind, your body gets prepared, because when you set your mind to it, then everything will follow. So, prepare your mind. That's my first advice. Prepare your mind.
especially when you first come across that roadblock, because most of the time you're not going to see the roadblock coming. I didn't see my sickness coming in. I didn't prepare for a cold, nor did I prepare to throw out my back, but it happened. But the first thing you should do, whether that very day or even the next day, is prepare your mind to get back into it. Make a plan. What are you going to do? What are the things that you need to accomplish? What are what's the first thing you're going to do when the roadblock's over, when you're over your cold, when you're over your thrown out back, when you're over whatever you're going through that's stopping you from doing your daily routine? What are you going to do first? What's the first thing you're going to do? What are the steps you're going to take? Plan it out. Plan out what you're going to do. Maybe it's not going to be as intense as you used to do it, because you need to get the ball rolling again. I know for me, I did very light work because I still had a cough. I even still have a cough right now. But the first thing that I did when getting back into it, when I decided that it's time for me to my body's fine, I just have a cough, my back is fine, now I can get back to work. What are you going to do first? And for me, it was just light back and bicep day. Going back to my old schedule, but doing a little bit more light work. And eventually working my way back to the usual weight that I would lift, or the usual reps that I would go for. And even in my work, I was bedridden, so I couldn't even go out and deliver groceries to get a little bit of extra cash. What I could do, and this also comes to preparing your mind, is do what you can do. I was bedridden. It was hard for me to move around because it hurt so bad. But I could still work on my online business, and I could still work on learning investing and figuring out the principles of investing. So there were still things that I could do, and that also helps you prepare your mind, because if you're not working and you're just laying in bed and you're watching YouTube and you're doing whatever you do because it's like, oh, I'm resting, I'm gonna rest my body, therefore I'm just gonna do whatever. You have to do something to occupy your mind and still work, right? And that gets into that helps you prepare for when you want to get the ball rolling again. So whether that's just maybe it's a roadblock where you're taken away from your internet goes out, or you can't work, you can't go to work. Can you still do push-ups? Can you still do physical things? Can you still do sit-ups, crunches, all of that stuff? If you can, do it. Maybe it's not an illness, maybe it's those things. I don't know what the situation is, but find a way to work. Find a way to stay productive, to keep your mind active. It's the first thing you gotta work on is your mindset. That's the first thing you should do. So prepare for when the roadblock is over, and the ways to do that is to continue to find productive things to do, and prepare for what you're going to do when the roadblock is over. All right, that's my first advice. And of course, all of this is easier said than done. Fixing your mindset is a skill. Having a mindset like that is a skill. It is something that you must develop. It doesn't just happen. It can happen overnight when you become extremely dedicated and disciplined because something tragic happened to you, and you're just like, no, never again. Sure, but I would prefer you not wait for that. I prefer you develop that kind of mindset now. But other than that, that's my advice. Now I am going to do a little bit of grocery shopping, make some breakfast, get some protein in me, prepare for a day of work. Talk to you guys in a bit. What's up, everybody? It's like 5:30, 6:30. No, what am I talking about? It's 7:30. It's 7:30. I'm headed to Muay Thai. Almost 7:30. Headed to Muay Thai right now. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous because my body is still sore from Monday, like I said. And I don't know. It's always intense. This is beginner Muay Thai, and it's always intense. And I think I really need to get my body used to it, because it's just, most of it is just conditioning. Because I didn't realize how tired you get throwing punches and kicks. Like, if you can last, ideally in a fight, if you can last like 3 minutes, like if you have no experience and the person you're fighting has no experience, and you get into a fight at like a bar or something, all you really have to do is defend yourself. Don't even throw a punch. Defend yourself for a good 2 or 3 minutes while they swing. And if you've got good defense, you just gotta wait them out. That's all you really have to do, is wait them out. And they'll get tired. And once they get tired, you just unleash wrath. and then they're done. But I digress. I'm headed to Muay Thai right now, but I want to get into my second point of momentum. And the second point is execute the plan. You got a plan now. You've got your mindset ready. You know it's going to suck because you missed like a week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks, or maybe even a month of what you were supposed to do on the daily. But now you have a plan. You fixed your mindset. You know it's going to suck. Now it's just to execute the plan. And it's hard. It is hard. You have to understand that it is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. Your body's gotten used to being sedentary, or your body or your mind's gotten used to not working. Whatever it may be, you're not working or you're not improving, either physically, spiritually, mentally, whatever it is that the roadblock is stopping you from doing. You have to be ready to execute the plan, no matter how much it sucks. And maybe a small roadblock will get in your way too. Who knows? But did I make the wrong turn? No, I didn't. But you need to execute the plan. You know, make sure you're doing those things that you're doing daily, on the daily. You know, it's I won't lie to you, it sucks. It sucks. Me being sore again feels good. Like, I like it being sore. It reminds me that my muscles are growing. So feeling sore again is nice, but it sucks. It sucks moving around. Like, I had a hard time walking around. I didn't show it, but I had a hard time walking around today. But you need to execute the plan. And there are times where I've tried to do that. There are times where I've tried to get back on the horse and I've given up. I think it was my diet, trying to get back on the carnivore diet after bulking for so long. It was so hard for me to get back on the diet again because I had gotten so used to eating carbs and sugar. And sugar's super addictive. Sugar's super addictive. Because I was just eating whatever I wanted. Of course, I wanted to eat enough meat, but when you start out, when you start out again, it's gonna suck. And prepare for that, you know, like I said, first thing. And then second thing, execute the plan. You have a plan now, follow through with it. And sure, you might drop the ball, sure, maybe one day you forget because you're not used to it again, but you got to get your body used to it, you got to get your mind used to it, you got to get everything back to working condition, right? So, you know, take that time to understand. When you understand that as you're doing your execution of the plan, then it's not going to catch you by surprise. And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is shocking your body. It's going to shock your body once again. You're going to have to get used to it. And really, that's all growth is shocking your body. When you grow physically, you shock your body into being like, okay, this is a lot of physical stress. And then you get used to it the more you put yourself under it. Same thing with spending more time working. You know, you mentally shock your brain and say, okay, this is a lot of mental stress. I have to think about all this and that, and organize these things. It's just system shock. But your body is incredible. Your mind is also incredible. That as you continue to do hard things, your body gets used to it. Does it get easier? Yeah, it does get easier the more you do it, because your body's just like, all right, I know what we're going through. I know what needs to be done. I know the input that I need to put out to get this done. Therefore, bring it on. And when you have that kind of, when your mind gets used to that and your body gets used to that, then you shock it again. That's how growth happens. You have to constantly shock your body into growing, you know? So, yeah, that's my second piece of advice. I'm headed to Muay Thai right now. I got to remember to update when I get back and upload the video, edit and upload the video. I haven't done that in a while, so yeah, move on to my third point. What's up, everybody? We're back. It is 10 p.m. pretty much. I just got back from Muay Thai. I'm exhausted, and my legs are double sore. I definitely messed up. Well, I didn't mess up. I definitely slightly bruised my calf from just kicking the bag. And today we were doing blocks. I realized that I'm way too afraid of getting hit. I need to stand my ground a lot more when it comes to blocking, because I usually do all of this heavy stuff trying to get away from the fist when I can just take the fist. If I take it, I have more time to counter. But anyway, I need to work on my stance. I need to work on so many things in Muay Thai, but I tend to become deadly. So yeah, it's also a lot of fun, and also I'm getting really fit from it. Also, I sweat super bad. My shirt was really heavy when I took it off because of how much sweat was absorbed into that shirt. It felt like I just dunked it in water and held it in my hands. But that leads me to my third point, and it's push even harder. Push even harder. I think after having all of that rest, it's a good opportunity to reevaluate everything that you've gone through, and you know, because for me, I've stuck with the same weight for so long that my body stopped becoming sore, that I was like, okay, I need to start taking Muay Thai to push me to the next level. And it really has. But I haven't really leveled up when it comes to my workouts at the gym. And you know, I don't want to get too big. The bigger I am, the slower I am. Now that I know what I know, I would rather have a fighter's body than a super jacked, like, bodybuilder's body. I would rather have a body that's better at fighting than it is at looking good. And I think through fighting and through all the training and the conditioning you go through to learn how to fight, it'll make me look good anyway. But I digress. Push it to the next level. Now that you've had so much rest because of that roadblock, push it to the next level. You know, maybe you couldn't do work for a long time. I don't know what could stop you from, you know, running your business or, you know, learning a new skill, but take that to the next level, because you've had so much time to rest. You should have way more ample opportunity now to really just hit the ground running. And I don't mean like, you know, go crazy and like hurt yourself while you're doing it. But get yourself back into it. Just hit the ground running. You know, you have a plan, execute it. And now that you've executed that plan, hit the next level. Hit the next level. Increase your weight. That's what I'm doing at the gym now. Is I'm increasing the weight at which I lift. And there are times where I can't even get one rep, and it's only like a 5-pound increase. But I don't intend to stop. You know, for example, I'm doing bicep curls with 25s. I usually do bicep curls with 25s. Now I'm doing 30s. And yeah, there are definitely times where I can't even curl once, but I want to stick with the 30s because I've had a week and a half of rest. If I can't, because of that rest and because of all the missed time, I am now going to start lifting 30s no matter what happens. So I bumped up the weight of every exercise that I do, and now I'm training for strength. So yeah, it's been
a challenge, certainly, but because of how much rest that I've had, I definitely have pushed myself pretty far. Of course, I'm keeping it careful, and I'm making sure I have good form and stuff like that, so I don't throw my back out again. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to push it to the next level after you've fully healed. And even in Muay Thai, I'm taking it to the next level, especially with my conditioning, because man, my gym works you good. My gym works you good. So I usually get gassed after the first 10 minutes. So I want to work on my, training Muay Thai has been amazing for my conditioning. And yeah, I intend to continue with that. But that's my third advice, is now that you've rested for so long, you can hit the next level, right? Because your body, like I've said, shock your body. So that's all I got for you guys today. I am really tired. Today was a really heavy physical day, so tomorrow my parents come over, which is nice, for the Memorial Day weekend. Get to spend some time with them. I'm probably not going to be able to keep to my carnivore diet, but it's another roadblock. And I intend, when they leave, to hit the ground running and to level up and to prepare for it. So, looking forward to even implementing my own advice to the roadblock. And I love my parents, it's a roadblock to my diet, but it's not a roadblock to my life. I like when my parents come over now. And I used to not, but now that I'm doing a bunch of finance things and I'm running a business and I'm working on myself, I start to relate to them more. I can talk to them about finance. I think that's the coolest thing about Asian parents, is when you finally start caring about finance and money, suddenly you have a million things to talk about with your parents, with your Asian parents. That's the thing about having Asian parents, I guess. But anyway, thank you all for watching, for the regular viewers as well, and for you new viewers who stuck around. Thank you. I know I haven't been really consistently making videos, but I'm not gonna lie, I run out of things to talk about. I'm not an expert, I'm not an expert on all of these things. There's still things that I'm learning, but what I can talk about, I will talk about. And it's hard to come up with something, because I always assume people are smarter than maybe they are, but I know you guys are smart because you're my viewers. But if you have anything you're struggling with, I would like to hear about it in the comments. Maybe you struggle with momentum. Let me know what's going on in your lives. I like to build a bit of a community. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Peace.